Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So it's day 4 of the One Big Impact 2-week challenge. So I wanted to talk about a few things, and the first thing is going to come up right now. So let's get started. The first thing is, a lot of people are coming to me and they're like, hey John, I'm having a hard time, cutting the addiction for carbs, and I'm feeling, cravings and stuff like that. And I understand that, but you have to remember something. A lot of people are not being super strict on their meal plan and things like that. But if you're not doing that, that is going to create a problem. If you're still drinking like caffeinated coffee, you could struggle with cravings and things like that. If you're drinking all kinds of artificial sweeteners throughout the day, a lot of the times, yes, it doesn't have a huge impact on your blood sugar, but if you even spike a little bit and you drop back down, you can definitely get those cravings for that sugar. A lot of the times people are like, well, I drink low carb Red Bull or low carb Monster or whatever. You're being impacted, guys. Please definitely cut that out, especially if you're seeing problems with cravings. The other thing is there is usually about a 14-day period where your body is breaking the addiction to carbohydrates and sugary foods. So if you can make it through that 14 days, which usually isn't much, especially when I'm giving you customized meal plans. And also, if you need a meal plan that is customized exactly to the way you want to eat, to your dietary restrictions and things like that, please feel free to message me. I do those for $25 for an entire 7-day meal plan, which is 35 meals, including like the snacks and everything. So definitely keep that in mind. It can be tailored to exactly what you need. So taking in all kinds of information. So keep that in mind. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is sugar alcohols. Now, I'm not going to go super far into sugar alcohols, but a lot of the time when people are doing a low carb regimen, they steer towards the foods that are not filled with sugar or don't have a huge impact on their blood sugar or insulin levels. But the reality is some do. And with me specifically, if I eat, like low carb versions of food or snacks that actually have artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols like maltitol, sorbitol, isomalt, maltitol syrup and things like that, a lot of the times xylitol, it goes on and on. A lot of the times I'm affected by that, and honestly, because of some information I'll tell you about in another video that we're probably going to work on today, like the glycemic index and things like that, it can affect your weight loss or inhibit the ability to go into ketosis, and it can kind of just bump you out. So be careful. And a lot of the times, if you're diabetic, you should, yes, you may not be affected by artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols, but you need to definitely test within about 90 minutes after you eat that meal that you're possibly questioning, to make sure it doesn't have some kind of effect. So definitely keep that in mind, and if it does, just cut it out. If it causes cramping, diarrhea, gas, cut it out, because it's not good for you, especially in large quantities. Large quantities of any of those stated just now usually will cause massive bathroom problems. So keep that in mind, guys. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, number 3, is be careful with processed meats. Now, a lot of the times people are like, well, I thought you said meat was okay. I can eat ham, I can eat bacon or whatever. Yes, a lot of the times you can, but you have to be careful, especially with deli meats. Deli meats. I always tell people, go to the deli and get some meat and cheese and roll it up, as a snack if you're having a hard time getting through the day. But you have to be very careful, because honestly, I've picked up some of those deli chunks and looked at them before they cut them, and I'm like, what? 9 carbs, 7 sugars? Like, what are you putting in this? So a lot of the times they're pumping in or curing the meat with all kinds of sugars and fillers and breaded materials. So definitely keep that in mind, especially with processed meats like salami, pepperoni, hamburger meat, a lot of those things. As Brenda was stating the other day while I was shopping, I looked at this hamburger patty thing that had 5 carbs in it. Like, why does a hamburger have 5 carbs in it? It's only supposed to be meat. So definitely keep those things in mind, guys. That being said, This is day 4 of the One Big Impact 2-week challenge. Obviously, we're calling this the Random Act of Kindness challenge. We're actually working on random acts of kindness. I just did 2 today. I just posted about them, so I'm sure you guys see that in the Facebook group. So make sure you're getting that in every day. You need to be drinking at least a gallon of water. I'm going to put a link in the description below about a couple things. One of them being a reusable water bottle. I would think it's important that we don't put such an impact on the environment, as well as save tons and tons of money if we can use reusable water bottles. I think that's really important. I'm getting ready to order mine today. Go check out the one below that I'm going to actually order. I'm super excited about it. I've been thinking about it for a while. The other thing that I wanted to put a link in the description below is this book. It's called Positive Thinking, and it's not a super hard read. So it'll be like things like this, little excerpts. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. But it's really easy. I'm about halfway done. And if you just pick that up and read that daily, I think it's like $6 or $7. It's a super cheap, affordable way, you know, just to kind of work on positive affirmations and feeling good and better about yourself, because you're awesome. Also, make sure you're reading at least 15 minutes a day. That's why I mentioned the book, and I'll be mentioning a lot of books that I work on that I think you guys should be working on each and every day. If you're changing your life and learning something new like this, like a low-carb lifestyle, it's important that you really know what you're doing. A lot of people have tons of questions, and that's awesome. I love questions. I love to answer questions. I love to learn myself. But a lot of the times, if you follow the link and you go pick up a book, you can get most of your questions answered with just a few short books. So keep that in mind. 15 minutes a day to read, an hour of activity each and every day, in addition to your regular routine. If you're working out, I think you should probably get on the treadmill for an additional hour. It's important, and you don't have to go crazy. You know, walk around the neighborhood, do something like that. And also your random act of kindness each and every day. Please post about them. I think it's really heartwarming to be able to see what other people are doing. I'm doing my best. Sometimes it can be challenging, and that's what these are about. It's called a challenge, you guys. You guys keep up the good work. Check out the links in the description below for those things I talked about and a couple other fun things. Also, you guys, it's important, extremely important, to be stronger than your excuses. If you haven't got one yet, message me your address and I will send you a bracelet. And if you are new here, please check out our Facebook group called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life, and have a beautiful day, and remember to spread love, not hate. Peace, guys.